What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Twin Wrestle Pod. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Listen, today we're going to be talking about SummerSlam 2025 from MetLife Stadium, the first ever two-night SummerSlam events. We have one for Saturday night and one for Sunday night. 6 matches on each night. A lot of pretty much every championship is decided besides Julia's United States Championship at the moment. We still have SmackDown tomorrow, so maybe they change something for those pre-shows. Because remember, the pre-shows I think start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So you're gonna have 3 hours of footage of pre-show on one night, and then the other night be 3 hours as well. So you're gonna have 6 hours altogether. So it's gonna be a lot of fucking wrestling to consume this weekend, just from the WWE product alone. It's supposed to be hosted by Cardi B, but they haven't really said nothing. I think the last time anything was hinting towards Cardi B, she said something on Twitter about it when Triple H was interviewed, I think, after Evolution in the press conference, I think. And she had quote tweeted it and said something about the women in the back. So I think Cardi B will be there. As of right now, I haven't really been checking it, but as of right now, I think the stadium, the stage and stuff being built in MetLife Stadium has been on a delay because of the weather out there in New York, New Jersey. So I expect them to fully have it up by the time it's time for Saturday anyway. So I don't see that being a big issue. But MetLife Stadium has always been a great scene when it comes to hosting wrestling events there. You had WrestleMania 29, WrestleMania 36, 35, where Becky won both championships, and that awesome Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar match to start the event. So it's been a lot of big monumental pay-per-views that went on in MetLife Stadium, and yet we had another one in SummerSlam. So kick off SummerSlam, we got 6 matches on Saturday night. First match we're going to talk about is the Women's Tag Team Championship matchup with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Let me get some water. Hold on, y'all. That's better. Roxanne Perez defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who are not friends, by the way, as they coined last week. But as I told you guys during the Evolution predictions back on the 16th, 15th, or somewhere in there, or maybe the 14th, that I told you guys whenever I released that video, that Charlotte and Alexa was not going to win the Fatal 4-Way match. The Fatal 4-Way match was designed for them to lose without actually losing, being the ones who had physically pinned. And we saw that with Raquel pinning Sol Ruca. My phone is ringing for some odd reason. No. Raquel pinning Sol Ruca. And being that Charlotte and them didn't really earn the match, they were just put in the match by Adam Pearce on SmackDown. It was kind of like, they didn't really earn it, but I guess whatever. Just because they're the most popular tag team out of the women that's tag team right now, put them in there. But I did say, coming out of Evolution, that they were going to win the championships at SummerSlam, and I'm going to stick with that. I am predicting Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to both become new Women's WWE Tag Team Championships, to win those championships. Now, where does that leave the Judgment Day? I do not know. Do they crumble within? My thing with the Judgment Day is this, man. It's been a thing for a very long time with the Judgment Day, but like on Monday Night Raw, they have all the gold, right? But they don't fucking defend it. Dominik doesn't defend the Intercontinental Championship. Finn and JD barely defend the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Raquel and them have been defending the championships more than anybody in the Judgment Day anyway, period. But they ain't really saying that much, right? Granted, they've had some injuries with Liv and her going to film a movie and whatever the case may be, but we need to give those championships off of the Judgment Day. So this is going to be the start of that. So I'm taking Bliss and Flair, and we're going to see what they can do with the story, because the story has been great with these two so far. I've been loving the story, and the reason this is good for Charlotte, and she even said something about it in that Players Tribune piece she dropped a couple weeks ago about Evolution, how she didn't want to show any tears or show any emotion when the fans said that we want Charlotte. You see how different it can be WWE when you don't force her down people's throats and put her in every single women's championship one-on-one match. It helps that she's bridging up and doing something different. The fans like that. Like it ain't like people don't like Charlotte. We love Charlotte. It's just that we don't like the notion of her being forced down everyone's throats every time. Like you got to look around the corner every time Charlotte is in the area, because she can cash in Charlotte in the bank at any point in time and just be in any one-on-one match. So this is a breath of fresh air, and it's great to see for Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? She's getting legitimate cheers since a very long time. So this is cool to see. So taking them for the win. Next up, we have Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. These two have already had 2 matches. Sami beat Karrion Kross at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. I had Kross winning that matchup, but with Sami being from there, he always gets the upper hand. So there's that. And then coming out of that matchup, Karrion Kross would beat up Sami in the backstage area, hitting with a pipe and so forth, and injure his ribs. And that kept going. That was the theme of that night. And Sami had lost against Bron Breakker, and he was took out, missed a week, and then came back the week after he missed that week and fought Karrion Kross in a one-on-one match when he wasn't 100%, and Karrion Kross beat him. Wasn't really that, I ain't gonna say that great of a match, but there's only so much you can do in that match with Sami selling the ribs or the stomach area where Karrion hitting with the pipe. So it wasn't really too much you can do, but Karrion came out on top in that match. So this is the rubber match. They're both 1-1 in these matchups. Karrion got a victory, but not a really 100% victory, if you get what I'm saying. Sami got the best of them when they both were 100%. Karrion only got the best of him. Kross only got the best of Sami when Sami was like 50%. Now these two don't be on 100% playing field again. And I know everybody throwing the contract thing up with Kross. It's supposed to be up in August, which August 1st is tomorrow. Who knows? Him and Scarlett, both their contracts are up soon. But man, I feel like being in an optimal position, I don't think they're gonna let him walk. But we did see the same thing with Ricochet last year, where he was at SummerSlam, fought Logan Paul, then was in a predicament with Ilya Dragunov, Bron Breakker, and then got took out and he was gone. His contract just lapsed and he was free to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's that, but I think Kross does resign. And I seen some earlier where he said he's keeping everything close to the vest. He's not speaking on the contract at all. So I'm pretty sure they had some conversations. He just keeping it close to the vest, you know what I'm saying? So I think he will probably resign with them. All the other companies out there don't offer too much more than WWE. So with that being said, man, I'm going to go Karrion Kross just because Sami don't lose nothing here. He can lose and still bounce back. If Kross loses, where does he go from here? Does he keep attacking Sami and we keep running this thing back, or does Kross win and get momentum to go to something else? Possibly a mid-card title, possibly go out to AJ Styles or something. I look at this as an avenue to build somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? Sami's going to be perfectly fine. He don't need to win this match. Yes, he's the babyface. I feel like when examining this card for both nights, people are going to pick a lot more babyfaces to win at SummerSlam than they are heels. And that's the theme for WWE when they do most of these big-time pay-per-views, whether it's SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, or Rumble, right? It's majority of the winners will be baby faces. I think at this point in time, Kross has to win this match because you have to build him for something on down the road if he does stay, which I think he will. You need to bolster that mid card, get him up there. He's really got his own steam himself, just off the work he did by himself. Promo after WrestleMania, getting his own merch at #1 pretty much. You know, so everything's been organic for him so far. Don't burn it and just have people just be like, there's another one. So I'm taking Kross in this over Sami Zayn. I hope Kross wins this. All right, next up we have the tag team matchup with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Now, this started maybe a week or two before Saturday Night's main event with Jelly Roll and Randy Orton being a thing. And then we get the Saturday's main event with Drew and Randy, and Logan Paul gets involved, and Jelly Roll gets involved in their sponsored tag team matchup. I'm not gonna say I'm not interested. I'm interested to a degree because it's Randy Orton and Drew, and I love me some Drew McIntyre for sure. It's my guy. But we seen them do a segment on the Tonight Show where Jelly Roll was hosting. Randy Orton was his guest. Drew McIntyre interrupted, and him and Randy Orton brawled outside through the double doors. You didn't see him no more, and then Logan Paul interrupted, and Jelly Roll chokeslammed him through the Tonight Show's desk, and promoted the show. So I get what WWE is doing here. It's no different from any other wrestling company if they had the chance to do. We've seen AEW do it with Shaquille O'Neal and shit like that. We've seen WWE do it with Shaquille O'Neal, Snoop. This thing is going to go on for the end of time when it comes to wrestling. You're going to get some celebrity appearances no matter what. And Jelly Roll is a true fan. He's been all in. He's been training with Jacob Fatu. He's been training up with Kevin Owens. Been training with Undertaker. So he's been doing a few things. When we get to this match, he's not going to do that much. He's going to do pretty much the stuff you've seen him do, I think, the week before. This might have been last week on SmackDown when he did like a shoulder block, hip toss, body slam, stuff like that. They have those spots designed for him to do in the ring. Don't get it twisted. He's not going to go out there and do nothing like crazy. He's going to go in there, do what he's told, and then Randy Orton and Drew is going to carry the match for the most part. And I think WWE want to send the crowd home happy, so we're going to have to take Randy Orton and Jelly Roll here. Hopefully Logan Paul eats the pin here, right? That's the way it should be. And we can get Drew McIntyre far away from that fucking pin as possible. Not even on the screen. He should be under the ring by the time that pinfall happens. I'm taking Randy Orton and Jelly Roll for the win. It's going to be an entertaining match for sure. The crowd I think will be hyped for Jelly Roll in the ring. So taking Randy Orton and Jelly Roll for that one. Okay, let's talk about the Women's Championship. The Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton taking on Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill. I know a lot of people say they're not that interested in this match. I'm interested in this match, man. I like Tiffy. I like Jade. I think it's gonna be very good. It ain't gonna be like a barn burner, but it's gonna be a very good match. Jade, she can go. She don't have to do too much. Like I already referenced this back in the Evolution predictions. Jade don't have to do too much. You have the athleticism and springboard and all that stuff with Tiffany Stratton in this ring. I'm going to be interested in how they're going to work this match out, to be honest. Do Jade stick strictly to power and Tiffy do all the athletic stuff? So I'm very intrigued by this matchup. I don't know how they're going to work it, but that's the thing that's got me interested. I think it's time to put the championship on Jade here. So I'm taking Jade. Tiffany had her run. She won it back in January. Held it to WrestleMania. Held it through the Rumble. Her championship run, to be all honest, ain't really been that great, to be honest. She's had how many matches against Nia Jax? Maybe 3, 4 at this point. The majority of them were good, but we can't keep going rinse and repeat to this well. She fought Charlotte. She fought Trish Stratus at Evolution. Other than that, what else has she done as champion? Like her run as champion has not been great, but none of the women's run as champion has been great. So she fits right in with the rest of them. Will it be any different with Jade as champ? We don't know, but we'll see. But I'm taking Jade Cargill for the win. She finally gets her first world championship. The TBS championship in AEW was like the secondary title, so it don't really count as the world championship. She was never AEW World Women's Champion, so we don't know how we don't know how she would be in that role. We know how she was as a minor champ and a tag team champ here in WWE. I think she's gonna do very well because you have to agree with Bianca Belair coming back sometime soon, so you can factor that into the story. Then maybe you get Jordan Grace and them coming up after this event. So I see a lot of moves happening after SummerSlam and a lot of the landscape changing after SummerSlam with Jade as the champ. So we might see a lot of championship change hands at SummerSlam. Taking Jade Karrion for the win. And this is all night one, by the way. Our second to last match that I'm going to talk about. The tag team match with Jey Uso and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, taking on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker with the Oracle, Paul Heyman, in that corner. This past Monday, Bronson and Braun left Roman, and Jey Uso left land, and Bronson Reed took Roman's Jordans, which was a nice touch and pretty cool to see. Because I know it fits Bronson Reed, because Bronson Reed, I know he wore like Jordans and shit too, so that's pretty cool. But I think this matchup would have been a little different if Seth Rollins was not hurt. I always had it coined as a 6-man tag, with maybe like Punk, Reigns, and LA Knight taking on Rollins, Reed, and Breaker at SummerSlam. But when Rollins went down that Saturday's main event, everything's changed, right? But with Braun and Bronson standing tall this past Monday, it always give the effect of whoever stands tall, the go home show before the pay-per-view, always end up losing at the pay-per-view. So I think it's gonna be more the same. I'm taking Reigns and Jay for the win here. Bronson and Braun don't lose anything by losing here. You're losing to the former champ, the guy who had the championship for 4 years, and you're losing to the former World Heavyweight Champion who just lost the championship, I think, like in June. So they don't lose nothing here. They gain more with being in the spotlight with Reigns and Jay on a major pay-per-view, right? So you got to get Roman Reigns, got to get his get back, because they've been getting the upper hand on Roman Reigns since after WrestleMania. They took him out the night after WrestleMania on Raw. They took Jey Uso out. Remember that a couple weeks ago. So they've been getting the upper hand on Reigns and Jay at this point. So it's only right for Jay and Reigns to get their upper hand back at the pay-per-view, and then Reigns is going to go off and film Street Fighter after that. So I'm going to take Roman Reigns and Jey Uso for the win. And right now, let me see. At the Saturday night, I got a lot of baby faces winning. The only heel I got really winning is Karrion Kross, really. I don't think that many baby faces are going to win, though, on Saturday night. For real. But that's where Sunday comes in. So we'll get to the heels come on Sunday. But I think a lot of baby faces win on Saturday. A lot of heels win on Sunday. So Reigns and Jey Uso for the win over Reed and Breaker. Next up, we have the main event, and what should be the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship match. The World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, taking on the best in the world, CM Punk. Now, with 2 weeks worth of build, you can't really do too much in terms of like building this program, but they done what they could with what they had. It was a really good promo exchange they had last week prior to the week before. The week before, it was like, it was quick, and it just cut off abruptly. You know what I mean? Gunther said what he had to say and dropped the mic, and that was it. CM Punk had to retort, and that was kind of weird. So we get to this past Monday, and CM Punk saying he didn't want to win the championship. He needs to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Man, I mean, he really do, man. Like, CM Punk, he's been in a lot of these big matches, and he's lost a lot of these big matches. There's just a WWE Championship match against Cena, lost that. He hadn't really had a chance to face the World Heavyweight Champion or be involved in the World Heavyweight Championship match since he came back, because he got hurt. Then he was feuding with Drew. Then he was feuding with Seth. Then he was feuding with Rollins. Then he was feuding with Roman and Seth. So he's been dealing with a lot, man. This is his first chance to go after the World Heavyweight Championship since coming back. The championship, he famously cashed in and won once upon a time, right? On one Jeff Hardy. This match is quite hard to predict. It really is. I'm all for CM Punk winning just so you can get that moment at SummerSlam, because, you know, Gunther had his moment at SummerSlam last year. CM Punk ain't had his moment in a long, long time as champ to win the championship. Last moment he had was in AEW against Hangman, right? Get that moment of him winning that world championship. But where does Gunther go if he do lose the championship to CM Punk? Does he go to SmackDown? Because he's done everything he can do on Raw. He's faced Jay. Only thing he didn't do is face Seth, because Seth was pretty much Seth wasn't really in his realm at the time. So that's the only caveat, is what do you do with Gunther coming out of SummerSlam? But with the dirt sheets reporting that Seth Rollins was supposed to do an injury angle at Saturday Night's main event, and we ended up going to Saturday's main event getting an injury, and he hasn't been seen on TV since the injury. It's a lot of people just like pretty much booking that he'll come out and screw CM Punk out of the championship, and he win a championship, just because he always said that he'd never let CM Punk win another world championship alone as he's breathing. So there's that. So a lot of people think Seth is, working the audience, working everybody in the business, that he's hurt when he's not really hurt. He's going to come out and cash in on CM Punk and win the world championship. I don't know, man. It's tricky. I want Punk to win so much. I really do. But I'm going to go with Gunther, because Gunther has no direction after this. Do you save him from Dragunov, or do you save him for a move to SmackDown? We don't know. Time will tell. We just got to watch. But I'm going to go with Gunther on this one to retain a world championship. And we possibly get the CM Punk moment at WrestleMania this year coming up. So I don't think you want to waste that at SummerSlam. So I'm going to take Gunther for the win. Now, we get to night 2. Night 2, we have 6 matches. We have that wonderful 6-man tag. I mean, that's 6, what is it? 6 teams? 6 tag team match, TLC. Alright, let's get to it. We have the team of DIY. Let me state this first before we get started into this. The people on SmackDown, the tag teams on SmackDown, should have been at WrestleMania. This is WWE rewriting history. The bad thing they did at fucking WrestleMania by having the New Day win the New Day and War Raiders match at WrestleMania, which shouldn't have been there, and offering the rightful tag team division on SmackDown a huge spot on the SmackDown side on the main event on the secondary review, SummerSlam. We have a 6 tag team TLC match for the tag team championships. We have the Wyatt 6, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, defending their SmackDown tag team championships against the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, the Street Profits, Fratium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. Now this is awesome, man. I don't give a shit who wins, right? I'm gonna pitch somebody, but I don't give a shit who wins. I'm just glad to see all these tag teams who've been putting in the work for an entire year on that SmackDown brand, bro. Killing it. Been the only reason, really one of the main reasons to watch SmackDown is the tag team division. This is going back to the days where you had the SmackDown trio of tag teams. It was Los Guerreros, Angle Benoit, Edge, and Rey Mysterio, when they was carrying that division on SmackDown back in like 2002, 2003. This is what it's like to me with all these teams involved. Only team that ain't involved is Pretty Deadly, so I think one of them is hurt. But these guys have been killing it. Every person in this match has killed it on the tag team scale, so I'm happy for these guys. This is going to be a cluster, brother. This is going to be pandemonium. I always say that because that's the old school term. This is going to be mayhem, bro. I'm going to take the Wyatt 6 to retain. I wouldn't mind Rey Fenix and Andrade winning this match, really, because they've been on the hot streak since being put together maybe a couple weeks ago. Probably like 5 weeks ago, 6 at this point. But everybody else held the championships. Motor City Machine Guns been the champs. DIY have been the champs. Street Profits just lost the championship to the Wyatt 6. Fratium, they are brand new, coming from NXT. Been up there for a couple months. Haven't had the chance to win the championships just yet. Neither Rey Fenix or Andrade. But the Wyatts just won the championships. And you gotta give the Wyatts a big spotlight here, spotlight win on a major stage at SummerSlam. So why not have them retain their championships and then possibly lose them to Fratium down the line? So I'm gonna take the Wyatt Six in this matchup. It's gonna be a fucking crazy ass match. I expected to kick off the show in night two. I expect this to be the first match kicking off Sunday. So make sure you are bright and early for this card wreck, bro. Next up, AJ Styles versus Dominik Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Earlier I said the championship should be off the Judgment Day. And I really want the Intercontinental Championship to be off of Dominik at this point. But being with the whole Triple A thing, I just saw that he's in a Fatal 4-Way matchup at Triple A. So they might want him to hold that championship. And I just recently read something he's supposed to be the face. They might want him to make the they might want to make him the face of Triple A. So Dominik might win here, but it also might prove credence to him losing the championship and moving over to Triple A, right? Just because the Judgment Day don't defend their championships, bro. They just don't. Like Dom's been having this whole doctor's note thing. I know he's legitimately hurt, but it's like he had the doctor note shit. So they strapped the match at Night of Champions and just been going around week by week basis with no one in the mid card to defend the championship. Like everybody's been lost in the win because he held the championship. Remember at WrestleMania, it was him, Penta, Finn. I forget who was the fourth. Was it Bron Breakker was the fourth. But like we gotta get this championship off him because he ain't mixing it up with none of the mid card guys. If you put it on AJ's gonna mix it up with a whole bunch of guys. AJ, Penta. I threw Karrion Kross in there earlier. Maybe Rusev, maybe Sheamus. Like you have too many people on there who need to be involved in this mid card team. You know what I mean? So I want AJ to win. I really do. But when AJ Styles picking up the win over Dominik, and like I say, with WWE, what they tend to do is whoever wins on a go home show don't win at the pay per view. So, I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna have to take Dominik, man. I hate to do it. We saw AJ in the ring with Logan Paul at WrestleMania, and he fucking lost there too. AJ just can't keep coming up short. Like what else does they have for AJ at this point, man? Do we have a door off the TNA, have a match over there to break the internet, or what? Where do we go from here? My heart want AJ, but my mind telling me to take Dominik. So I'm gonna stick with Dominik, bro. Hate to say it. Next matchup, man. We got the Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch defending her Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. Does this match have a stipulation like a no DQ or some shit? I think it do. But this is where I'm gonna get to it in the end though. This is where I think it's gonna happen. I've stated it multiple times. This program has done wonders for Lyra Valkyrie and has stretched her character to an unimaginable launch. Like she broken the shackles off, man. She showed some personality, and Becky Lynch was the right person to do that. This is one of the benefits of having someone like Becky hold the mid card championship. I think Charlotte would do the same for the U.S. championship further down the line. She would just put that championship on another stratosphere and help it in the mid card scene like Becky has done for Raw. But this triangle with Becky, Lyra, and Bayley, it ain't over. Even though Lyra had beaten Bayley in that 2 out of 3 falls match a couple weeks ago to get this shot at Becky, this match is a no DQ match for a reason, y'all. I got Becky retaining the championship. And I think if Becky wins, Lyra can no longer challenge for the championship. So that, because if she do win it, what's going to happen after that, right? Who you gonna go to? Her and Bayley again? Her and Becky again? Her and Nikki Bella, or somebody else? But I think the right move is to keep the championship on Becky, have Bayley come out there and cost Lyra the match because, in her eyes, she see that Lyra cost her the tag team championships last week on Monday Night Raw. Even though it was Becky who came out there and attacked Lyra, costing them championships, but Bayley don't see it that way, and she's going to turn heel at SummerSlam on Sunday and cost Lyra the match, and then you're going to go more into their feud, and possibly you're going to go towards Becky and Bayley possibly tag team down the future, like I've been saying. So I'm taking Becky to retain here over Lyra because of the help from Bayley. Get another matchup. Family versus family. Solo Sikoa, the United States champion, defending his championship against the former champ, Jacob Fatu, in a steel cage match. And this match is supposed to be designed to keep the MFTs out of the ring, but it won't happen, right? The numbers game will just play and be too much for Jacob to overcome. Yeah, you're probably going to have Jimmy Uso come out there, but that's it. Ain't nobody going to be able to help Jacob defend off the rest of the MFTs. Tonga Loa, JC Mateo, Tonga Toa, right? The proverbial nail would be put in by the returning Tama Tonga. He's going to be the last member to return and help Solo defeat Jacob Fatu and retain his United States Championship. I actually like Solo. Like Solo being by himself has been the best thing for him. Like breaking out from the bloodline. Now, his latest run, he's showing off more of his character. He's able to show more of his personality now. Like Solo is really good. Like a year and a half ago, he wouldn't be able to do this because he just been stuck in the bulldog role pretty much, the stone face fucking role, right? But now he's able to bridge his character out, get a little more depth into his character, so that's great for Solo. And why not keep the train rolling, man? He looks pretty good with the US strap. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna take Solo over Jacob with the help of the return and Tama Tonga. And the MFTs are all back together and all in one. Their numbers game just play too much for Jacob Fatu to handle. Taking Solo for the win. Alright. Our second to last main event. The Women's World Championship Triple Threat match. Rhea Ripley taking on Io Sky, taking on the Women's World Champion. Proceed with caution. Naomi. We've seen what banger Io and Rhea can deliver at WrestleMania within a triple threat match with Bianca in the fold. We've seen them have a banger match at Evolution with just them one-on-one. Now we're back to a triple threat scenario just with Naomi involved. We know the chemistry Rhea and Io hold together. Naomi is very good in the ring. We've seen her in previous triple threat matchups, just like the one she had at Backlash last year with Bayley and I think Tiffany Stratton. Was a really good matchup. So this is going to be one of the best matchups on SummerSlam to me, in my opinion. I'm loving this character by Naomi. I love it. I love to see her doing great things, man. I'm a big Naomi fan. See her with that World Championship. She ain't held gold in a very, very long time, minus the Tag Team Championship. I'm talking about championship, like one-on-one championship gold since her TNA days. But prior to that, maybe like 2016, probably 2017, around that range. But this match I'm looking forward to. I got no words for it. I'm just ready for it, man. I'm gonna take Naomi in this one. Just because Rhea and Io cancel each other out and Naomi comes in and steals the pin. She's gonna hold her own against these two. Don't think she's gonna be running away from them or nothing like that. She's gonna hold her own and she's gonna come out on top and retain her Women's World Championship. And you're gonna get off to her versus Stephanie at Clash in Paris. I don't think Stephanie will beat her though at Clash in Paris. If I'm them, I have Naomi hold the championship for a little minute. Let her hold coast into it for a minute, like the rest of the year probably. You only got what, maybe like 5 months left within a year. Let her hold the championship for the rest of the year. Maybe lose at the Rumble and go from there. So I got Naomi to retain her. I'm looking forward to this matchup. Now we get to our main event of the night. The WWE Undisputed Championship match Is this a street fight? I think it is, right? John Cena defending his WWE Undisputed Championship against the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in a street fight. We got their matchup at WrestleMania, which wasn't that great. You got the inclusion of Travis Scott, which really didn't need. He took 6 minutes to get to the ring. Oh man, he took 6 minutes to get to the fucking ring. Jesus, that guy. But this helps John Cena because he isn't physically the John Cena that he used to be. He's said it in multiple interviews. I think he just had a podcast interview with Stephanie while he's retiring. He just can't keep up with the schedule anymore. He references on the new WWE Unreal show they just dropped on Netflix Tuesday. He just physically can't keep up with the schedule anymore, and he can't move the way he used to move. So, a street fight match like this helps him hide all his deficiencies at this point in his career. So, I'm looking forward to this match. I think this match will be slightly better than their WrestleMania match, just because they'll tell a true story and you won't have nothing else involved really. I think Cody does win the championship here, and I know Cody has the role in the Street Fighter film also, so I don't know how long he will be gone. Maybe they shoot an angle to take him off TV after the fact. I don't know. We just have to tune in and see. Or maybe he just pulled double duty. Just do back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm taking Cody to win here. And this stars the rollover effect of Cena's redemption arc. From being a heel at the beginning of the year to the midpoint. Now we at the midpoint of the year to the end of the year. He have a redemption to be a babyface. And tell that story. You already see John Cena showing glimpses after shows. He showed it after being put through the announce table by Cody on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. Showed it there. He showed it after Night of Champions. He showed it while in his match with Punk at Night of Champions. His apprehensive to do things, apprehensive to use the belt, stuff like that. So we've seen Cena slightly tear the layers off his heel turn and trying to get back in the good graces of the fans. And this is going to be the final part of that. Cody is not going to waver and take the shot at this time like he did at WrestleMania, where he didn't want to hit him with the belt. He's shown that he's going to take all actions accountable to win the championship back. Any means. Cody has shown it. So everybody's thinking a double turn. I don't know about a double turn here. I don't think you do. I don't think you turn Cody at all, because after that, who's going to carry that mantle for them? Cody, whether people believe that Cody is super well liked, super beloved. He's the John Cena now of this era, bro. Kids are cosplaying as him. Jackets and all, tattoos and all, blonde hair and all, everything you can imagine John Cena was, Cody is the same thing. So now they're not going to turn him heel no time soon. What will be crazy if it does happen is if Seth Rollins comes out of the blue and cash in on this matchup like Naomi did at Evolution, when we didn't expect that at all. So that'd be different. That might happen. You never know. Nowadays, you never know, so you gotta stay tuned. You never know now. So my eyes are locked in on this match. I want to see what happens and what comes after this matchup. That's what I'm looking forward to. But I'm taking Cody for the win, and whatever they shoot at the end of this matchup, whether it's Rock coming back and signing a deal with Paul Heyman and Rollins be his champion. You never know, man. You never know what can happen, man. I know a lot of people say you won't need the Rock, but Rock is an integral part of the story. Integral. So he has to be involved with Cody. Just might be the only way. Or one of the ways. I ain't gonna say the only way. One of the ways. But that is my SummerSlam 2025 predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget the match, the pay-per-view start at 6 p.m. Eastern. Pre-shows at 3 p.m. Eastern. So be up on the up and up, get your food and stuff ready, get beverages, and sit down and chill and watch the show, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty great show. But I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Y'all take care. Peace out, y'all.